Hello Queensway parents, it's me again, Pastor Ryan, back again for another Parents Club update. We had a meeting of Parents Club last week where we talked about bullying, and again, some people can't make it and we understand, so I want to give you all the information you need in order to make you feel like you are connected to the information, give you some resources and tools in the area of bullying. If you have any questions or concerns about any of this, I'd love to talk about this with you in depth. So there's obviously so much we could talk about in the area of bullying, and indeed we did talk about many things, but I want to recap for you 4 things we did cover. The first thing is something that many of the principals in the area wanted me to let you know, and that is to be careful about the label bullying. You see, oftentimes bullying has become a catchphrase today. It's a buzzword. It's something that kids and parents often go to describe any mean behavior that they're experiencing. But the problem is, to overuse that term is to mislabel things and make things more serious when they actually might themselves be just rude or mean. So the first thing is to remember is that bullying is when there's intent and consistency in the mean behavior. And if it's just a one-off thing where some kid is just simply being rude or being mean, to not label it as bullying. We don't want to label kids as a bully. And if they do get labeled as such, that could be harmful for that person as well. And we want to care for both sides, your child and all children. The second thing about bullying is that communication is key. Communication not only between you and your child, but also between you and the school. The principals that I talked to wanted you all to know that you are more than welcome to speak with the teachers and the principals, anyone who in this school that you have a relationship with, to communicate the problems that your children are having with other kids, and to communicate early rather than later to keep small problems small. But also keep conversation open at home and around the dinner table. I asked some high school students about what they wanted parents to know about bullying, and they all seemed to agree that being able to have an open conversation with them was the key part, because sometimes they feel uncomfortable talking about these things, and they want to come forward and they need to feel like they're able to and that they are welcome to do so. The third thing to know is that today, cyberbullying is one of the biggest ways that kids get bullied nowadays, especially in high school, but also in junior high. Cyberbullying is basically bullying over the internet, and there are so many different things to say about cyberbullying. I'm just going to simply direct you to a resource that I'm going to put in the link in the description called The Parent's Guide to Cyberbullying, put out by the Center for Parent and Youth Understanding. This is an excellent resource, only 7 pages. Just read that, and that will give you everything you need to know about cyberbullying. And the fourth thing I want to cover with you parents is to remember that as Christians, we have a spiritual side to this. When I was growing up and I got bullied, the impact of the church and my youth groups and the people there that surrounded me was immense in order to deflect the messages that the bullies were telling me. The bullies might have told me that I was worthless, but God told me that I was worth something. And these are the messages that kids need to know as they walk through these struggles in life. So 4 encouragements on the spiritual side. First is be connected to a faith community. Community is so important in the upbringing of children in faith. So going to church is not simply about fulfilling your own needs, but it's about giving your children the community and the support they need in order to walk with them through the struggles in their life. And it gives your children another set of voices around them, telling them the positive things about their character and deflecting the negative things that bullies and other mean people might be saying to them. Second, pray with your children. It's so simple and so easy, but simply praying with them and over them will be a key way for them to remember the things that God says about them. Third, remind your children when they are in the depths of despair what God says about them. Have some go-to scripture verses like Romans 8:31. If God is for us, who can be against us? And fourth, understand that it is still going to be hard. God never promises us freedom from any sort of turmoil or pain, and it's important that our children know that just because God is with them, as He walks with us, we still do experience pain. And so it's important to remind them that it's not just simply about telling them to pray more or have enough faith to get them by. It's important for them to be able to express their genuine concerns and know that by simply feeling like it's hard, it doesn't mean that they're somehow in the wrong with God. So that's everything I'd like to communicate to you about bullying. Please do check out our Parents Club website for more resources and information about this topic. And of course, as always, you're always welcome to chat with me about any of this. Our next Parents Club is June 7th. We're going to be talking about the topic of empowering young girls and raising boys to do the same. God bless.